So, should be live here in a bit. And there we go. Alright, everyone, this is Joel from Productions², and we're back to continue our work on the advanced weapon plugin. So, let's catch you up to speed. Nobunaga. It should be Nobunaga. Not Nobunaga? Nobunaga. I guess that's right, Nobunaga. We're working on the level right now. We're working on the level up version of this thing. This morning we did a little bit of work on bringing in some of the values and changing them here, and then this afternoon we did some more work and actually modifying this so it only showed the parameters that are being added and the changes to traits, which are either being completely added like blind or that are just being updated like poison for that particular level that that we are looking to purchase. So what we're going to do now is to continue that. We have to figure out why the traits thing is why the so there's an issue with the traits, as you can see. There's an issue that I had on the other one when we first created this, and I fixed it, but I haven't been able to fix this so far. And also add the highlighting on the +2 for the attack. Well, here's the thing. The attack value, this is also going to become green because this is all one label. So the other thing we did with this, though, is we made it so that only stats that are being updated, whether they're so whether or not you have the extended stats option turned on, it's going to show those stats as well, the SP and the EX stats. That aren't showing up in the basic parameter set. So whatever stats have been updated, they're going to show here and how much they're being increased by. So actually, you know what we could do with this? We could remove the, because this is indicating that's the value. This is, I mean, in a traditional sense, this means attack is this value. In this case, what we want to say is that we're just increasing the attack by 2. So we don't even have to draw that colon. So base per, here we go. So we need to remove this on all of them. So that'll give us one extra character per parameter being put up there. So if there's like a huge number, it'll be a little bit more room for it to fit in there. As for this stuff now, so the problem before was that the initial row was being created with the increased y instead of just the regular y, without it being multiplied. So for example, if we go up here to the, I'll show you what I mean. If we go up here to the, I think this is the, yeah. So this is the code for the just the more detailed stat window when you click on a weapon to select it. So what we have here is if I is 0, then we just have the y1, which is y1 is y plus this line, this dot underscore line height times 6 plus i1, so 6 plus 0. And we don't have the additional thing here, which we're adding extra space onto to bring it down a bit to, have it be a little bit off the top of this. So that's not even working on this one. So it's not even doing this part. So what we have to do is figure out why. So first of all, it's bringing this down and not putting it on the first row. So it's using the first. It's using the second one rather than the first one. So it's so the second one on this is up here is plus 5 times I1. And down here we're just saying plus 5. Oh, we're missing a semicolon. Seriously? That's not throwing an error though. Maybe I just removed it. That'd make more sense than a semicolon suddenly not causing any problems when it's missing. So what we need to do with this is this has to be times I1. Well, it'll be the regular this because it's going to be 0 on the first one. But on the continuing ones, when we update, so here we go. So here's what we're saying. So if I1 is not 0, then Y1 equals Y2. So we're using this instead of that. Now, the problem with this is that we need to change this how it's done down here, if we haven't already. So yeah, so here we have, let's see, so Y1 is Y2. So Y1, going through, we're incrementing YM1. Y equals, so YM1 is the first one, so that's the 6. So, crap. I might have done this wrong. So up here we have 6 plus I1, and then we have that, all that, then 6 plus I1 times this. Down here we're not doing the times. Or we're not doing the added, we're not adding I1 back onto it. So let's see, if I2 is 4. Wrong one, that's params. We want to go down to traits. Okay, so if I1 is not 0, then we're changing the value of this to that, which is fine. Actually, no, it's not. So that should be this times... Well, here's the thing. This isn't going to represent the correct value yet because I1 is going to be 0 at that point. So what we need to do is we need to update Y2. Okay, so there's that. Otherwise, we're going to use the first one. And then we should increment I1 and YM2 at the bottom of this. So YM1 gets incremented. But I1 doesn't. So actually, this should be I1, not 2. And if I1 is not equal 0, YM2 because we haven't used it yet. Okay, so then Y1 we need to change this now to plus I1. And obviously that also needs to change to this. Okay, now that we've done all that, we have to redo it down here again. So there's another section, pretty much the same stuff. So this should be I1, not YM1. And then this should be up here before the... Okay. And then this one needs to be updated. Okay. Let's see what all that does. Well, we got the spacing down here right now, but we still have this space here, so let's see. So poison is one that exists already, so it's going to fall into this. I1's only going to be incremented once we've added something, otherwise it won't be changed at all, which is fine. So let's see what's going on here. So if I1 is not 0, then y1 equals y2. At this point, y1 should still be y plus this downward line height times ym1. Okay, let's go ahead and throw, let's see some breakpoints in here. So I'm going to see what y, all these y's are becoming. Somehow it's not working correctly. Alright, I'm going to do that. Something is funky in there. We have to... It's a different. We're working on this. We're doing this differently too, so it might not work exactly the way it does above. We have to do some other kinds of things. All right, so let's just use the locals. There's too many. There's way too many locals. Okay, screw the locals. We'll use the watch window. We'll just delete everything. So we want y1. We want y2, which are nan, which is interesting considering they should be up here and set by this. How's that nan? That doesn't make any sense. It should be, yeah, 185. Somehow it's nan. Same thing with y2. So, continue. Y2 is 185, Y1 is nan. Yeah, so that's the problem. It's nan. So if it's nan, then what's it using? What's I1? It should be 0. Yeah. So Y1 doesn't. So Y1 is still nan. So the question is, why is it drawing at all then? Or maybe it's drawing. Well, no, there's no. So what is so new traits 0. Let's add that new traits. So okay, we should actually have 3. Oh, okay, so the problem is that the first one isn't being drawn at all, because the Y is nan. The other ones are being drawn correctly. That's the problem. So it wasn't that it wasn't being drawn correctly, it's that somehow Y1 becomes nan and isn't working correctly. What the hell? That's weird. Okay, so why is Y1 nan? How does it become nan from here? Oh, because, yeah, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. We need to define those first. Because, see, if we're using this, apparently when you use a nan to multiply into a value, it becomes nan itself, so that's probably why. And I just saved it over there instead of doing it over here. Oh well, easy fix. or easy change, I should say. Whoops. No, don't do that. Ah, okay. Restart. Okay, let's see what happens now. That's interesting. New game. Done. Okay, let's just get rid of all the breakpoints, guys. I think it's gonna work now. Yes, it does. Awesome. So now we actually have it working, because now we can see the trait increase, or the trait update that we couldn't see before. So now we can see that we have bleeding increased to 50% chance, poisons at 35% or 37% chance, and we got a new trait entirely blind at 41% chance for this particular level, as well as a attack +2 over here. Alright, so good. Now we need to deal with traits, because this will have to move over a bit. It's still not quite in the right spot, and we'll have to do that for all the windows. Eventually, maybe some of this stuff we'll do, we'll call from another function, so that we don't have to keep doing the same code over and over again. But for now, we're just going to do the same code over and over again. So where's traits at? Traits, where are you? Where are you defined at? Or rather, where are you drawn at? So we're traits parameters. So the x is +25. We want to do +45. Let's see how that works. Also, before we forget, the params. New param level. So on here, we'll just, before we start this, we'll just say this dot text color, or change text color. And we'll just use the same color from down here. There you are. Alright. And then we will, at the end of it, reset the color. This dot reset text color. Okay, so all those will be drawn in green now. Let's also do the same for the level. So the level is going to increase, or the entire level tag will be in there. That's fine, I guess. Weapon level. And for the durability. Now, let's take this out from here and actually move it down here, because when we do this down here, before we do the durability, we can actually then change the text color there based on whether or not the durability actually changed. And then we don't have to worry about doing weird things. So if it's so if durability is not, so if there is a new durability, then we'll just do the change text color and then reset text color, so we can show the durability has changed. Alright, let's go ahead and see what all that looks like. Alright, so level 4, durability, no! Oh wait, maybe there's no durability change on this level. It is possible. So on level 1, no, yeah, it should be 1, 2, 3, it should be a 12. That's interesting. 0, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 actually. Sorry, 10. So why is it saying there isn't? Or no. It is saying that there is, but it's not highlighting it, not changing the text color, because we're resetting it before we actually draw it. God. Okay, so that's fine. Resetting the text color on a regular text color doesn't do a thing, so it'll just do nothing if there's no change to the durability. It'll just do nothing. It'll just basically run the code and set the color to whatever it is. All right, let's see. This should work now. There we go. Durability is increased. Now, it would be better if we could just have have this green, just have the 60 out of 60. Well, actually, what we should do is just show the increase. So, true, we shouldn't show what it is. We should just show the increase. So, durability plus the sign. So, this dot underscore get sign. And same for the level. In this case, we could just set the level to +1. We don't have to do anything special with that. Because it's always going to be +1. This is basically showing you that what happens when you do this. So so we should do then on the traits. Actually, then let's think about that as well. So if the if the trait is only adding to the amount, then what we should do is only show the change amount. So, where are we at down here? TR chance. So then this underscore sign, get sign, or this dot get sign. Or no, it's underscore get sign. Wait, is it underscore get sign? No, it's not. Why is it underscore get sign? Set sign. Okay, never mind. That's why. It isn't get sign, it's set sign. Where is that? I think I'm way too high now. In the file. Durability, where are you? There you are. Get sign, set sign. now we're going the right thing. Okay, then back down here to traits. This dot set sign. I didn't pull the whole thing. I thought I did. Let's also check to make sure I didn't screw up the durability by. Yes, I did. Alright, we need to put this in here too. Okay. So we're only showing now, if the trait is entirely new, so that if we're on this one where it's just completely new, then what we're going to do is at the beginning, with the icon, we're going to do right next to it. Why is that formatting look kind of weird? because we're missing a... Right, so that closes off that, and that closes off the set sign. Yeah, we're missing a... Still, it looks like the highlighting's kind of screwed up on this or something. Anyway, so... No, seriously, what is going on? So, set text color. This is fine. I1. Well, I guess I'll find it when we try and load it. Anyway, so on this one, though, what we want to do is we want to put a plus next to the icon here. So we're going to shove it over a bit. So before we draw the icon, we're going to do a this dot draw text, and we're going to draw just draw a plus. We're just going to say plus because it's always going to be plus on this case. And then we're going to say x and y1. Five should be enough. And left. And then I think we'll need to move this over a bit. We'll see how that looks. Alright, yeah, we got a thing somewhere. Invalid unexpected token at line 900. Oh, here we go. There's another one missing. Or rather, we don't even need that really. Oh wow, the plus is really small. We need to add some more of that, I think. So let's make this 20. The only problem I can see is if we have a large one like Fascination, it's going to run over to the edge, I think, when we do that. Run over the edge of the thing. So, do we really need the plus there? I don't think so. I think it's pretty clear by the coloring of the name that this is a new trait, and that these are existing traits that are being updated by this amount. Cool, that works though. I didn't even check to see if those worked or not properly. So yeah, that works. Oh wait, there's one. No, wait, we do have one problem with that. We need to add the plus to the amount. Oh, it didn't work, did it? Because this needs to go here. That might work now. And for the plus, I think we can just get rid of that. I don't think we need. I'm changing my mind on that one. I think we might increase the text size for the attributes as well on the level up screen. Alright, so now we get plus, so it's an increase there, increase there. That looks good. Durability plus 10, level plus 1. Alright, now let's increase the attack text, or the text, the font size for params. So actually it stays that way for traits as well. So we'll have to increase it for params and decrease it again for the traits, because the traits can't be very much bigger than what they are now. 26. Let me just grab this. Whoops. And down here for traits. That's 22. Let's see if that looks kind of weird or not. It might be too big. It shouldn't be as big as the parameters above it, which I think is set to 28 or something, whatever the default is. That's not too bad. It might be better as 24. Yeah, I think 24 might be better. A little bit bigger than what it was, but not that big. I think that big might cause some issues. With a lot of, there are a lot of stats being added on a particular level. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, I'm liking this so far. Again, we can take the durability thing off there. The colon off of there. I think I'm too high. Again, yeah. I went too high. Durability. And maybe I will put a space in there. So, durability, but with a space. So, but this one we won't because there's no change there. But with the level and other things like that, I think we will put a space in. It's level space plus 1. Just to make it a bit more readable. I was worried about screen space, but it's not really an issue on this one, unless you have a bunch of stuff. Oh. Wrong side for the parameters. Okay, let's fix that. That goes back to plus. We want to put it on this side of it. God. Okay, bye-bye to you, and go to Hesmondo to you. And let's take another look. Now it should be what we want it to be. And then once we confirm, yes, okay, good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to actually we need to put in the gold cost, and well, we'll start with the gold cost. We can put in the item cost for the refine later on. Let's go back to our thing here. So we need to figure out, actually let's go to the Excel sheet that has our EXP calculation in here. So we need to figure out, well, we need to do a cut, well actually no, we already have the EXP calculation, that's what that is, but we need gold now. So what I'm going to do is we're going to just kind of duplicate our script here, our macro. Not that one, but this one. And we're going to say get gold instead of we're gonna change this a bit. We're gonna say base minus factor base divided by factor. think that will work. So now, so the base is this. The level is that, and the factor is this. I think those are the arguments that we need. A70, C70, yeah, B71. So let's make sure that these are locked in place. Or actually, this should be B, and this should be C. Alright, then let's go fiddling around with this until we get something that looks kind of like what we want. I don't want to use the exact same formula because then it's going to be like a 1-to-1. We want to have it be either a bit more or a bit less or something. So I think it should be more. So maybe we should say plus instead of subtract. And F9 to rerun. There we go. That's interesting. Wait, these changed? When did those change? Those shouldn't have changed. So base divided by factor. So what is this actually coming out to? So base, which is 175. Oh, no, the base is A. A, B, C. There we go. Okay, wait, what's A70, C71. Oh, wait, B is the level. AB. There. There we go. Okay, that's much better. So it's looking like it's about double or something. Let me just see what is what is it? It's D I can't see the cell because it's over here. D78. So equals D78 times 2. So actually it's not quite times 2. It's a little bit, it is different. So once we go back to minus, oh, that's 50. Okay, gotcha. So it's still kind of formulaic here. Equals this minus this. So you kind of see it there is somewhat of a small pattern. Let's see if it's equals. Oh no, yeah. Equals this minus this. So trying to figure out if there's any kind of pattern. It's kind of hard to do because you have to like really drill down into it to see if there's any patterns in how much the values change. So as you can actually see, it's actually changing less as we go forward and then until we get up to here. So let's change this to 10 and drag this down. And then drag all of these down as well. So that's kind of interesting. So some places there's no change between the two overall nodes. So like as we go forward, so there's a much larger variance up to a point here, and then like at around 50 though, it looks like it just goes crazy. So why is it? Or actually, we gotta go from. You have to set the series, so we have to get two values. So now again, it's still very. So what I want is something that's not going to be so. Whoops. It's going to be a little more random-ish and grow a little bit more. There's actually something not a minus. That's interesting. Alright, so let's see what we can do with this. So that's better. We got more of a difference here now. Oh, that's off of this one. I actually don't even need. Well, each one, so one is. Oh. This is actually not right. Okay, let's just get rid of these two fields. Delete. Undo that. Not that one. Not all of them, just these. Shift cells left. And these are going to ref Let me get some actual accurate values here. Interesting. But I'm liking the growth on this one here. So, it starts out being kind of in the same range as the experience, but that's fine. Because as we go forward, it starts growing more. And then when we finally get down to here, it gets to be like double. Almost double. That's like at a level 100 though. No, we need more than that. So, oops. Let's modify this. Let's make this a full 2. Well, let's actually make this plus and this times. Let's modify it that way. Switch the operators around. Again, you can mess around with these how you want to. Just I want to get something that's a little bit more, because this is only like 3. It's very small. Actually, this should be. This isn't even right either. This should actually be this minus this. There we go, that looks better. Now we're actually getting accurate stuff here. So, interesting. So there's continual stack growth, and it does happen gradually, and there are some variances in it. But we want those. We want this to be much. We want this to be at least twice what this is. So maybe what we can just do is, without actually making it twice as much, we just want it to be something similar to that. So, question is, how do we go about doing that?